Hey guys and girls, French per here. So, no one Freyna is back. The first time I played that build up, there was quite a controversy. People were saying I copied it and all. They did not realize, at least some of them, that no one Freyna is not the same as Freyna Revenge. It's a whole different idea. Like a few mods to change simply because you have more freedom into your build thanks to lack of range, meaning you don't have to use, I would say, 1 or 2 mods extra just to get range. So I think it's a super cool idea. I think it works well. Is it the best? I think arguably probably not, but it is just a little bit cooler. And yeah, let's so Freyna to me has been super fun. She has been strong all the way. She has been underestimated a lot, but I think she's always consistent. So I would say the main differences here, in mobbing you are going to be a little bit less fast. Well, not as fast I think, but in terms of raw power, in terms of number 4 ability, you are going to have a lot. You are going to pack a lot more power. Simply because you can allow yourself to have like 1 or 2 extra mods for damage or whatever else it is you want. Personally, and yeah, you will see that on my build that I have more damage than usual, which I think is kind of cool. So let's just get into it. So Power Beyond is super important, okay? You're going to rely on creating this world recharge, and then from there an amorphous phenomenon will be created on the floor and will attract every enemy, I would say, in a decent radius. So if you are smart and you kind of calculate your way through that, you should be able to like place it at the middle of a pack of enemies, and they all will get whooshed into it. So if I'm English, I think that's whooshed is the best verb right there to describe that phenomenon. Anyways, after they get pulled, they're going to get all of the damage from this build, which to me is super cool, okay? Yeah. Oops, why do I have this? Why do I have this? No. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, damn. Mistake. And then there we go. MP. Oh. Okay, this is what I played, and I believe this is better. You can also go with less cost, but I believe both are fairly interesting. So, other than that, Venom Injection, every time you put this up, your shield regenerates, your HP goes down, and your damage goes really up. That's why it is strong, that's why it is meta, and that's why everybody has been using this since Action Planes came out, because they realized that Freyna wasn't super easy anymore, and you actually needed to utilize her full potential in terms of damage, and Venom just gives you that, compared to the other Descendant modules that are out there. Other than that, we have Overwhelming Shield and increased HP, increased shield to get a total of 14k max shield all the time. Okay, then for damage, I went with a focus on tech, toxic amplification, power increase, along with, well, obviously, this bad boy right here. So tech skill power boost ratio is currently the best role you want to have on an Ancestor. Okay, cooldown, I would say, might just be the second best. It's up to interpretation, I would say, and to opinion, but I think these 2 roles are pretty awesome. And yeah, I also have another role which I think is just as cool, if not better. Just so you know, there we go. So skill effect range and tech skill power boost ratio minus defense. I like this one a bit more because I find the build more interesting when you add 1 more wall into the pool, and things get a bit more interesting when you make the build. So you have to be like, okay, I have more cooldown here. Why do I do here, and here? Anyways. So on that for max amount of cooldown. Okay, so skill cooldown minimum 0.9. So you're going to be spamming, to be using your ability like crazy whenever you want, full freedom. Yeah, so nibble fingers, obviously the cooldown here, And yeah, that's pretty much it. We have power increase. We are not running toxic something with a minus cooldown as well. We don't need to. We still reach the cap thanks to the Ancestor. Here we also have cooldown and Legion of Darkness. Yeah, on the Reactor. And yeah, for the components, it is a little bit specific, I would say, and specialized to my build. So max shield, shield recovery in combat, because I felt like I lacked a little bit of recovery, and honestly, I just don't die. I barely get damaged, I get grazed at best, so I really think that this works really, really well, and max shield as well. I also try to put max HP instead of max shield, because overwhelming HP, it turns my HP into shield, so I thought, well, maybe HP is better because of that, but shield actually gives me more in the end, so go full shield and 1 recovery. Here, that component has extra shield recovery modifier and max shield, so know that this matters, I think, a lot. For the Arche tuning, I went with defense strategization, Arche efficiency, and enhancement. This is literally my Colossus build. You can probably put something else here, like you don't need to go. You probably don't need to do that, but personally, maybe I would say maybe use that. Yeah, use that. This is easily, I would say, better for sure. Okay, that is not great. Maybe for if you really like the sword, but yeah, I would say use this. Even though I didn't use it, I was just chilling and using this by mistake. So yeah, next we have the invention reinforcement, which matters here, I would say, a lot. So there are 2 choices for your sword. Personally, I like this one more because you have a little bit more speed modifier. So let's say you don't crit and you are unlucky, this is kind of bad, because this is all about crit damage. The range doesn't matter much on the boss, okay? So you're going to lose all of this if you don't crit. Here, if you don't crit, you're still going to have the speed modifier, and you're still going to have additional attack damage, which I think is more valuable. And then we have more melee damage right here. Well, as an extra to that, MP, I would say, is fairly important, so I went with some MP regen every 30 seconds or so, sorry, every 45 seconds. Right, next we have the dog, MP regen as well, okay? You don't need HP, you don't need ammo, like certainly not, so this is what I went with. For the guns, Secret Garden, just to get a 48%, if I'm correct, skill power buff every time you use a tech skill, and all of your skills are tech. So you are going to tech, and you're going to get your stacks within a few seconds, especially because of the spam rate at which this build operates. So bushwalk, I think, is quite important. Let's say you hit an enemy even just for fun, you're going to get speed and to get way less damage, okay? Remember that, as I like to say, speed beats tracking. Tracking is when enemies try to shoot at you and to hit you, and if you're too fast, you're not getting hit. So yeah. So better weapon weight, just in case of I want to switch guns. I don't really use that gun, so yeah, sharp precision shot. However, composite magazine, expand weapon charge are all going to get used when I pop my number 4 ability, okay? Because number 4 ability is enhanced by these mods. It is as simple as that, okay? Yeah. So, well, what I mean is that you're going to have extra ammo in your special Freyna gun when you use this, okay? Simple. Hypernova, which I think I should use a bit more. I haven't played this build in a while, so I kind of like practice. I believe someone who is a Freyna main, and even myself, if I play a lot more with this build, which I think I'm going to, I can get used to it and I can start to use this a lot more, because this resembles very much my overall strategy with Power Beyond that I use like crazy with this build. So this is probably super valuable, and the potential with this weapon is probably really good. There goes the build, which I think is also quite interesting. I would say put it up, you will have a lot of fun with that. Also, this breaks the armor from the first boss you meet in the dungeon. So very important to hit it once. lastly, for the boss, we have the Deus Ex Manus with my very old build, the thing that I put first and never changed except for Beast right here. Overpower being super strong, giving you an insane amount of damage, and this giving you the ammo you need during the just get some general rounds, and you will have way more than enough ammo to kill the boss. Okay, so that's pretty much it. I still have MP. Yeah. So thank you for watching. Enjoy playing Freyna. I believe she's awesome. I think that build is also super fun and looks super cool. Is it the best? Again, I don't know, but whatever, right? So I'm going to keep on going when it comes to the builds, to mobbing builds. I have a few more, probably even more than a few. And I'm sorry, I'm also going to restart the boss builds as well, the boss builds videos as well, because those ancestors give us extra power, so makes sense, right? So yeah, like and subscribe for more. There's a lot more coming, and see you next video. Bye bye.